What's up everyone, I'm Lewis Hamilton. I've got some questions that you sent in, which I'm going to answer right now, so here we go. Do you ever have moments where you think, I'm Lewis Hamilton, F1 world champion? No. I do have moments where I think, wow, look where I've come from, you know. Grew up in a one-bedroom flat with my dad, and we had no money. Just remember just walking to school, going to a normal school, being around kids. I used to play around the corner, and then all of a sudden Dad bringing me a go-kart for my 8th birthday, or 8th Christmas, and doing my first race, and then slowly meeting Ron Dennis, and then all of a sudden racing and winning the world championship. So that's kind of, I have to pinch myself quite a lot to think, I've come, how far I've come. Favorite track for me is Monaco, because it's a street circuit. So that's the most fun, that's the most challenging for the drivers. There's no room for error, it's just a barrier. So it's you and the barrier. There is times when you're driving it, you actually do touch some of the barriers when you're driving around. You just brush them, and that's usually when you're most on the limit. So that's the best track, and I mean, I live in Monaco, it's the most beautiful place to go to. So that one or Montreal, I would say. The challenge of joining Mercedes is obviously going to a team that's struggled for the last couple of years. They've not won as many championships. They've not been competitive in this era of car design. You know, this era of car design came out in 2009, and obviously you have the top 3 teams that have been there, and now Lotus have also come in and started competing, and Mercedes finished 5th in the championship last year. So it's taken a team that's struggled and helping them to climb up the ladder and get higher up. So I want to be a part of that. I want to get in there, and I want to help develop the car, push it in a certain direction I feel that I'm good at, and perhaps other drivers are not as good at, maybe, who knows. But taking that car across the line and winning is the ultimate goal. My biggest inspiration would be probably, well, my dad's my biggest mentor, or my mentor, and then probably my brother's probably one of my biggest inspirations, because just my brother, just growing up with him, seeing him with his, you know, his disability. We used to be playing basketball, playing football, and he would fall over and get back up smiling, you know, get up and just keep trying every time he fell over. And for me, everything was easy. And just made me realize how fortunate I am, but also just made me realize you should never give up. So I always remember that, you know, that he's still today smiling and working as hard as he can at what he's doing to become the best, even though he has all these difficulties, as many people around the world do. So just shows that whatever small problems I might have, they're minuscule compared to some of the other things in the world. My dad particularly, obviously, when I was young, had to work very hard to get me racing. So my family spent their life savings and more, got themselves in debt, and had to work very hard to keep me just go-karting. And so I sympathize with the people that are struggling nowadays. Unfortunately, there are people with the talent that don't have the money. I kind of look at it like, if any of you seen Cool Runnings, when they tried to raise money to go bobsleighing, and all the people that they approached just laughed at them. And, you know, it was the same for us. You know, my dad would say, well, you know, my son's going to be the first black Formula 1 driver. Everyone kind of thought, yeah, right. But, you know, he kept going, and it happened. You know, we got there. So never give up. For sure. That's not a problem. Yeah, I thought my lap was pretty good, but I never thought it was in the 42s, so I'm quite happy with that. And I do hear that Sebastian is now quite upset, and he's going to go back. He wants to go back and beat the time. If anyone goes on there and beats my time, I'll be sure to go back on. Yes, quite an extremist, so I do everything. I love jet skiing, going out on quad bikes, motorbikes, surfing, rock climbing, pretty much anything with an engine. Yeah, I try to do as many things as I can. I like to do water skiing, I like to do wakeboarding and monoskiing, so I pretty much do quite a few things, but those are the things that I do to... My dad would be like, you shouldn't be doing any of those things because you race a Formula 1 car, you don't need to do it. But when you're not racing, you need something to keep that adrenaline and that hunger going. So that's it for me. Thank you for your questions. Have a good day, and keep your fingers crossed for the season.